Hello, we are Sleepy Dragon Game Reviews. We are a new podcast. We have never done a podcast before. My name is Tucker, and I am here with my friend Dylan.
Hello.
Do you want to go into your
Yeah, yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Okay. So, um, first off, we're gonna explain a little bit about ourselves. I'm gonna go first. So I've played a lot of games. I've been playing games for a very long time. Pretty much since I was like 8 or 7. Um, I get made fun of a lot because I play a lot of simulator games. But they're not all simulator games, Okay, just because they seem like it, they're not. We never talk about Train Simulator. I mean, that's a great game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I play a lot of games like that. A lot of games like Mountain Blade, City Builder games. God, there's that one. I think it's called High Rise something. I can't remember, but that game was a very fun game to play. It's 2D. I also play a lot of survival like games. I should say, like
Yeah.
a lot of them. But a lot of Raft lately. I meant to say Ark. Um, Games like that, pretty much. Um, I'm pretty sure that's it for me. Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah. My name is Tucker. I, in my past, I have played a lot of difficult games. I've played through a lot of Dark Souls like games, like Lies of P or Bloodborne, whatnot. I also like to 100% games, so I couldn't tell you why, but I find joy in it. And I have 100%ed like 6, maybe 7 at the moment. So not a lot, but it's growing as it goes. I used to play a lot of competitive games like Siege, Overwatch, whatnot. I've kind of started to stop playing them because I don't really enjoy them anymore. Um, but yeah, otherwise I play a lot of games with Dylan. Me and him play a lot of co-op games, so we will be
Yes.
adding those to the later reviews. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, else we can go to like I guess kind of some examples on what we might be doing. So if you wanna
Yeah.
say a few of those.
So this is going to be a lot of like game reviews. Obviously, I mean that's what our whole thing is going to be. So typically, we're going to start the episode with an intro about games that we've been talking about or that we've been playing a lot about lately. Like, we've been playing a lot of Raft lately. Like literally, like 20 minutes before we recorded this, we were playing Raft. Um, and pretty much any other games we've been playing lately. And that's pretty much going to be it for like the intro, pretty much. But we're also going to explain what game we're going to be reviewing in that episode. And then after that, we're going to get into like what the game is, like what the game's about, how it runs, what you can play it on, how much it costs, and more specific stuff like that. And then afterwards, I believe we're going to move on to like explaining what we like about the game and stuff like that, like game mechanics, like let's say,
Base building games.
yeah, especially a lot about base building games, like how the grid system works in there and how placing stuff works and whether or not it's incredibly annoying to place this, or oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, I can't rotate this is really fucking with me.
Yeah.
um
And some of these games we'll be talking about, a lot of mainstream games we'll typically talk about, but otherwise we also are wanting to bring the light onto some indie games that we like. I mean, it's not necessarily an indie game, but one of the games I really enjoy is Lies of P. I think it's an amazing game. Um, we'll also end up getting into just like stories from the games, so expect us to get off track. We will probably a lot get off track. Just
yes,
yapping about
very
stories.
very often.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we'll be talking about. Expect a review about Elden Ring later on. This is a game we've both played. Another thing we'll be doing is we'll be trying to do episodes where we've both played the game a decent amount and where we both are confident we could review it. And we'll do some episodes where one person has played it a lot, where the other one may have played it a little bit or not at all. We'll flip flop on whose game it is, whatnot. Try to keep it consistent. Speaking of consistency, we will not have a consistent schedule at the moment because we have never done this before and we have lives at the moment, so this might take a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I'd like to explain that we're not professionals. Okay, so a lot of you'll be hearing is like, okay, these guys sound really stupid or they don't know what they're doing. You're absolutely correct. We have no clue what we're doing. We're hoping this recording is gonna work, is what we're doing right now. But I'm hoping it does, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoy this, just listen to it. We'll be putting episodes out there here and there, and yeah.
Yes, and please give us feedback. We will need it.
Yes, big on that. If you just have anything like, hey, I know if you do this, this might work better, or even game suggestions if you want us to review, we might do them. I don't know entirely about that though, because if it's a game we both haven't played, we're obviously not going to review it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about a game I have know nothing about. Sure, there's a lot of games out there where people really hate on them or really like them. We're not gonna just jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, we love this game or we hate this game. We're gonna have a lot of wild opinions on this game. In case you're wondering about one of the wild opinions, I don't think Anthem is a terrible game.
I don't know anything about Anthem. I have never played it.
Yeah, but we will have an episode about it.
We will get into that. But yeah, and again, we are not professionals. These are not games we've put thousands of hours into. This is like we've most likely done a playthrough or maybe a few more. So don't expect anything insanely in depth or anything. We just want to talk about our opinions. And with that, we've been talking about doing this for 3 months now, and we're just now finally doing it. And it's just something we catch ourselves in conversations about games and we think man, we should record this. So that's why we are doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of yapping is what we do, but that's kind of what a podcast is yapping. Um, you know, just I know we've said it multiple times now, but again, I'm gonna have to stress you guys about this. But we're not professionals, so you're gonna hear a lot of us, trying to think of what to say. We'll try our best to cut that out, I believe, but just stick with us. We're gonna be trying our best.
Trust the process. Um, One thing that will be, I guess, nice from a viewer's standpoint. Me and Dylan have very different likings in games. I like more difficult games. I couldn't tell you why, but also I like some casual, a little bit competitive. Whereas Dylan will play his games, which are more base building, more
Say it,
sandboxy.
say it, say it, say it. Say the You're gonna say simulator, aren't you?
Yes, they're simulator games most of the time.
I hate you.
Well, but you do play a lot of them, but also you play a
Okay,
lot of
just
the
because,
base
just
building,
because forever ago,
sandboxy.
forever ago when you guys were trying to get me to play Siege and I bought Train Simulator instead, doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's what you think. But yeah.
All right. Do we want to move on to explaining a lot more about what we've been playing recently, and especially talk about Raft?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, we were literally, as you said, playing Raft 20 minutes ago. We're in that end game sprint, I guess. Although every time we say, "Oh yeah, we're good to just go," we find something else that we want to make.
Yeah. Well, it's just every island we go to on there, we just find, oh hey, this is a new blueprint about this.
It's
Oh
a
god,
new
I can't
smelter.
wait
Oh
to make
man, we gotta
this.
make that. Yeah.
Oh wait, we don't have titanium. Let me go on this island and use the little metal detector. I wonder what I'm gonna find. Oh, it's another goddamn tiki head.
Look, we gotta start the collection of the tiki towers.
I don't want a collection of tiki heads.
We're gonna get a collection whether we want it or not. It's like the other
It's
heads,
gonna happen.
like the shark heads and stuff.
We should
just
do
have a stockpile.
yeah, we should do a ritual circle around the the big shark we caught.
Ooh,
God, I hated that dude. God, I hated that island,
that
man.
island
I
did
hated
suck.
everything about that.
Yes, yes,
Okay. Wait, we got off onto a tangent. I forgot what I was gonna
yes.
want to say, but I remember it now. I wanted to say about what platforms we mainly play
Mm.
on. So for me especially, I have I used to play a lot on my Xbox. Then I got my PC, and I've played a lot of PC games since I've gotten it. But I've also, I don't want to say lately, but it was like a year ago I got the PS5. So I play a lot of games on that too.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't play any PC. I've always played on console. I've played on Xbox since like ever. I just recently got a PlayStation like 4 months ago, and I have been very happy with it. I like it a lot. But yeah, and so
really,
like with some
yeah,
stuff, there are definitely aspects of games where it's like, oh, when it launched, it didn't run well on the PC, or it's like its frame rate was bad. We most likely won't know that stuff, and we won't comment on it because we didn't play it like that unless we did. Um,
yeah,
so unless it has like an insane problem that we encountered, we probably won't say anything about it just so we aren't just saying what other people are saying. We want to go off our experiences with this. Um,
yeah,
that is the main thing. Also, with a lot of like uh, games that are specifically PC that maybe Dylan doesn't like to play, like it's a game he wouldn't like to play, and I've obviously never played it. We we probably won't do it if we haven't played it. Um, or sometime the other thing that might delay a game coming up is if we're currently playing it or like 100%ing it, like in my case, because there are some games that we love, like Death Stranding is one of the just an amazing game, but we probably won't talk about it until I finish 100%ing it. So it's just another thing that's like why we won't immediately jump onto that truck.
yeah. So a lot of games, especially for me, I'll play, but I might only play towards halfway. It's just I have a loyalty problem to video games. I know. I like to cheat a lot. Um, that sounds really bad. And what
That's
who
kind
doesn't?
of true. I mean, you play a lot of sandboxy kind of things.
Yeah. Well, because of what they are. You know, you just play them, you sandbox and fuck around with them, and then afterwards, that's it. You know,
I guess that's true.
you're not
It's kind of like what
really.
Mountain Blade is. It's like you can play on a harder difficulty,
Yeah.
but
God, Mountain Blade is such a beautiful game. I want to play more of that so bad. But do we want to start like talk a little bit about our raft experience, like from the get go, or do we want to save that for the
I
raft
think we should
episode?
save that because I
Yeah, that's
think
what I was thinking.
if we start talking about, like, even when we did start talking about it, we started going in depth in it, and I think we should
They
save it.
can't know about
Yeah,
the room.
no spoilers, no spoilers.
I want to spoil. God, speaking of which, I have such a big problem with spoilers in video
Uh,
games, especially.
yeah,
We'll get into that on the Elden Ring episode when we're talking about the
yeah.
DLC.
That is another thing. We
Um,
will have spoilers. We will try
yes,
to give a warning, but we are not perfect. We will have spoilers.
yeah. So just if we're talking about a story game and you're watching it, you're like, hey, I haven't played this yet, or I'm playing through this, I kind of want to hear the review. Just watch out. There's a really, really good chance you're gonna hear spoilers. I think our plan was to try and keep that separated, like talk more about game mechanics and stuff if we can during the beginning,
Hmm.
and then more about the story towards near the end of the episode. Not end, but you know what I'm talking
A
about,
different
like
part of it.
more than
Yeah.
halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, we will try our best, but we are human. We make mistakes more than other people
Yes.
do.
Oh, I would also like to talk about the mic quality. It might not be the best about what you're typically hearing from podcast, and that's just how it's going to be for a while. If this kicks off and we really enjoy it, and this we get a very good consistency going on with this, we're probably going to buy better mics so you guys aren't hearing this. It's not terrible quality, but
Yeah.
not as great as it typically should be.
Yeah, that is one thing. And this is a kind of an experiment in itself for us. We both have a big problem with consistency and routine issues. So this is a test for ourselves to see if we will keep up with this. Um, it is just to help us do that. We're gonna practice with this Also, it's just something we've wanted to do. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've been talking about this on and off for months, and just like what was it like a week ago? We're like, okay, we're never gonna do this if we just keep talking about it. Let's just do it.
Yeah, we literally, it was like 2 in the morning. And we
Yeah,
just got
2 in the
super
morning
motivated for no
playing
reason.
Raft. Actually, no, we weren't playing Raft. No, I got home from work, and I'm pretty sure you just got done playing Helldivers with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't remember what we were doing, but one thing happened. Someone said something about that, and then we just got super motivated out of nowhere and just did it. And just planned it all out.
Yeah, that is
Planned a
that is
logo and everything.
yeah, we're planning everything for this. Oh yeah, we're not gonna have a logo yet,
I
so
don't know. We'll see,
um,
because I have to make it.
if,
So it'll
yeah,
depend on
we'll
if
see.
I ever do it, because I'm very busy at the moment.
Yeah, so when the first episode comes out, and if you're looking at this on YouTube, you're not gonna see. It's just gonna be the S, I think, for now,
We might
which is
wait
just that's
until
just
we
how
have
it
it,
is.
depending on how
Yeah,
my
we might
progress
wait.
looks. Um,
Yeah,
we will see.
we'll see. I mean, you never really know.
No, it will depend on me and me alone.
Yeah, it's only you because you're the only one that matters. He's
Yeah,
the real host
the
here,
only one
guys.
that
We
matters,
don't.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the only
I
one
like to
with
explain.
Adobe Audition.
Yeah. I'd like to say both me and him are equal hosts, co-hosts, whatever you want to say. So that there's no definite Tucker's the host or Dylan's the host. No,
Yeah,
we're
it
both
might be
the
more
host.
of a host-like fashion on games where one of us have played it and the other hasn't. Simply
Yes.
because of the obvious reasons, being one of us has played the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and in that state, we might try. We're gonna try to keep like asking questions, whatnot. Um, like if Dylan's played a game and I haven't played it, I'm gonna try and ask questions about it and not just sit there in silence.
Yeah, because that's gonna be our big problem is learning how to like have podcast energy. If you,
Yeah,
I don't, is that the word?
it's
Yeah,
kind of
we'll
it.
say that's
Yeah.
the word. Who cares? I mean, it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna be working a lot on just keep with us. We're gonna be working on not interrupting each other, asking questions, and kind of staying in sync,
Hmm.
which is gonna be a lot of work for us, pretty
Yes.
much. But you know what? We got
Our
this.
our first test will be the foxhole episode.
Oh yes, the Foxhole apps. Yes. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Foxhole right now. Not a whole lot, but you guys probably haven't heard of Foxhole. If you have, then you know it's a banger game. It's the first game I'm gonna talk about. I think it's gonna be the first single host. I don't want to say single host. I think it's gonna be the first game that only one of us has played. I
Yeah.
believe we plan on doing it right after the Elden Ring episode, which is the next
This
episode.
should be episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah.
Yep.
So speaking of which, this is episode 0.
Yep.
This is just
This
0.
is our pilot.
Um, this is our pilot, maybe not pilot, but
Well,
this is just an intro
I
for you
guess
guys.
Elden Ring would technically be the pilot. Because the pilot's kind of like what
Yeah.
hooks people, and intro doesn't hook people.
Yeah, this isn't gonna hook people. People are gonna go, "Wow, these two buffoons think they can do a podcast. Wow, this is gonna go, fucking horribly. Screw these guys."
And then they listen and they get hooked forever and never stop listening and love us forever.
Yes, actually, if you guys are listening to this right now, you cannot stop listening to this. We've placed a curse on you. In fact,
Yeah, that's just how
you didn't notice
the
it,
way it
but
goes, you know.
While Tucker was talking, you didn't hear me casting an ancient Latin spell to permanently suck you guys in. So,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Not sorry about that.
Yeah. Another thing we could probably talk about is why we're called Sleeping Dragon or Sleeping Dragons.
Yeah.
We are very big fans of D&D. And
Yes.
so that is something you will probably hear us talk about a lot in these is references to D&D and whatnot.
we
yeah.
so we had a D&D going. I was the DM, the Holy Lord, for a while with some of our friends. Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It's super enjoyable. We all liked it. I think me and Tucker were the ones that were most interested in D&D though.
Yeah. Our other friends were definitely
But
interested, but it was kind of less of a necessity, I guess, than for
yeah,
us. Because like I get super invested in character building and whatnot, and yeah, I mean everyone
yes,
thought it was fun, but
yeah. I love building the world and having these characters and doing this like hey and
mhm.
oh, it's so fun. I want to get back to it,
I want to
but
make
just
mine.
everyone's so busy with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to finish yours. Oh, okay. So speaking of friends, I'd like to talk about this a little bit. So we are gonna have guests, not the typical guest, where you see, these podcasts. We have a guest, and it's just this super famous dude. And now, if we have a guest, it's just gonna be one of our friends that have played the game with us a lot.
Hmm.
So I don't know when, but I know we plan on doing an episode about Grounded,
Yeah.
which is a really fun survival game, and we've had our friend play with it. I don't think we should say his name
No,
because we haven't gotten
let's not name
confirmation from him
names
yet.
at the moment.
Yeah, but he played a lot with us, so we're gonna have him on that episode. Hopefully,
Yeah, we'll ask him.
hopefully he says
Not for
yes.
sure. If
Yeah,
he's
not for
comfortable
sure.
with
This is
doing that
not
and
for
wants
sure,
to.
and we're probably, and you're saying this now, never gonna have more than one guest.
Yeah, at
Um,
that point I feel like it just gets chaos y, and
yeah,
it,
I feel like a lot of podcasts. Sorry, you know what? Go ahead.
no, I was
Sorry.
gonna say the exact same thing you were saying. So you go.
Oh, I was gonna say a lot of podcasts can run that many people well, but from in my opinion, I think the best podcasts I've seen have where it's 2 to 3 people talking. I think at the point that you get like 4 to 5 or more, I feel like it gets really chaotic unless all those people are really silent,
Hmm.
which we are not gonna be.
Yeah, we are very loud people.
Yeah, along with our friends. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and our friends, you will not know these people. You will not know us. We are not famous at all.
actually, they're all insanely famous. I just like to say it.
That's what we think, and then we realize we come
I
back
made a
into the moment.
TikTok post. Actually, I made a TikTok post that got 150 views.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see internet fame.
So I know I'm internet
How much
famous,
money
dude.
did that
Where's
rack in?
my? Oh, it was like probably somewhere around 150 grand. No big deal.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
donated it to Ubisoft because they're failing and their studio is gonna go to shit. Oh wait, they're already shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm explaining my hatred for Ubisoft.
Yeah, we'll get into that with the Ubisoft games. There's plenty of them.
I'm gonna be a big hater, by the way. So any multiplayer games we're reviewing, I am gonna be a hater, and that's that. That's how that's gonna
I
work. Oh, you
yeah.
know what we haven't talked yet
Hmm.
about is how we're gonna be reviewing them and how that's gonna work. Um, so I'm gonna get into that actually.
Hmm.
So basically, near the end, after we're done explaining like the game
Oh yeah.
mechanics and the story and stuff, and just before the end, we're me and Tucker are each gonna give a review of pretty sure the plan was out of 5 stars, but we're gonna rate it, 4.2 stars. We're not gonna get super deep. We're gonna go 4.23 star. No, just 4.2. Because I feel like if we just did it just the 5 numbers, that wouldn't be good enough. So we'll be like 4.2 or something. So let's say I give a game a 4.2 and Tucker gives it. Um, Give me a random number, please.
3.8.
Okay, 3.8 and 4.2. We smush those together and we get 8. So that's going to be 8 out of 10. So we're going to say that's 8 stars. So the highest rating on our podcast will forever be 10 stars.
Hmm.
Are we going to give a game 10 stars? Probably not, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's no game I could think that I'm going to give personally 5 stars.
I that's a really tough one because like in my head I would think, "Oh yeah, I love that game. That's my favorite game." But you can
But
find
it's
flaws,
like
you know.
yeah, I want 5 stars to be perfect. Now
Yeah.
I know people say, well, no, nothing's gonna be perfect.
Then nothing sits there.
No,
That is
it's gonna be
yeah.
perfect. It has to be perfect. If I'm giving it 5 stars, this game better be perfect for what it is.
Yes.
I want to play this and see this has everything done as perfect as it can be, in my opinion. Is that probably ever gonna happen? No. So nothing's ever gonna have the best review physically possible on our podcast. The
And
highest you're probably gonna see is maybe a 9.5 or so.
Yeah,
Um,
it will really depend, and especially with the games that are probably going to be the highest are the ones that we've played together, um, because we
yeah,
find those very fun. But I don't know. Otherwise, it'll be kind of tough with games where one of us have played it. Um, I don't know at the moment how exactly we're gonna do that.
I thought we already figured that out, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be just the one person reviewing it,
Oh, was it?
and that one person one person is going to review it. They're going to give it, like they're going to get do the full review out of 10 stars on it,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because we'll just trust each other's opinion basically.
Yeah.
Um, I'm pretty sure we'll trust each other. But if in due time, um, like let's say I do a review or Tucker does a review about Lies of P, right? And then later on, maybe a couple months later, I end up playing Lies of P and finish it. I think we planned on doing another episode.
Yeah, like
I don't
kind
know.
of like a bonus episode thing. Like it might be a shorter episode, but we want like an update almost. Or like if a game has a massive update, like say Helldivers comes out with like a new faction and we want to talk about it, we can just do a bonus episode about that and give it its own review.
Yes, I'm just saying, prepare for a bonus Foxhole episode because there is a banger update coming this summer, and I can't wait for it.
Yes. No, yeah.
I need it.
And you will get it, hopefully, unless they decide to crash and burn
Hopefully.
at the last second.
No, they're gonna have delays like Stalker 2.
Yeah, be delayed for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they had a good reason. Their studio, I'm not 100% sure
I,
about this.
I don't
Please
know anything about it.
don't
I'll
count
be
me on this.
honest.
I'm pretty sure their studio got blown up in Ukraine or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it did though. I'm 90% sure.
That's as sure as we're gonna get,
Yes, exactly.
unless I do off-field
Yep.
research.
You know what? That's 100% facts. If anybody says that's wrong, you're wrong.
Yes. Whatever we
In
say
fact,
is
everything
correct.
we say is 100% true, and if you disagree, you're a disappointment to your family.
I mean, that's just how it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Um.
Cookies always crumble.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I've always wanted to try crumble cookies. Okay, wait, no, that's not, no.
I was
Sorry,
tempted.
that's my fat ass
yesterday.
tendency speaking.
I almost did
You were
yesterday.
tempted. It was you drive by one.
It was
it's
right
like,
next to
ooh,
the
it feels
Target
like-
I was at. So tempted.
Oh,
I did not. I
that sounds
resisted.
so good. Oh, my big back self needs one.
Yeah.
Actually, this is gonna become a cookie review podcast.
Yeah, bonus episode, the new crumble cookie menu. No, that won't happen.
Let's go.
Otherwise, I mean, do you have any other things we're going to be necessarily doing on this podcast that we should talk about?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I think we've explained everything we need to explain.
Mm-hmm.
If we forgot anything, it'll be in the intro of Elden Ring 1.
Yes. All right. Well, in that case, we are very tired and we will be going back to sleep. So, we will see you next time.
See ya.